Do you feel exhausted all the time, but feel like you're leading a healthy lifestyle? You're getting enough sleep, you're doing all the right things, but you still can't figure out how to feel better. There may be something that's happening at the cellular level, and this has to be investigated to figure out what is happening with your metabolism and a specific part of your cells called the mitochondria. In this video, I'll be exploring this topic a little bit more and then giving you some ways that this can be improved and investigated further. So, the first thing I wanted to discuss is what is this topic of mitochondrial dysfunction? Mitochondria are tiny little parts within our cell that create energy for our body. And the currency that our body uses for energy is something called ATP. It's a tiny little molecule that's made within mitochondria. So, for example, if you're feeling extremely fatigued, if you're having sore muscles for no reason, if you feel like you're sleeping well at night but still feel extremely tired when you wake up in the morning, what can be happening is these little mitochondria, these little parts in the cell, may not be functioning like they should be. And what are some causes for the mitochondria not functioning like they should be? Number one is things like heavy metal and mold toxicity. Something else that could be affecting mitochondria are nutrient deficiencies, especially magnesium and CoQ10. So, if your body is deficient in these two particular types of nutrients, your mitochondria won't work like they should. And they won't make that energy currency that the rest of your body needs. So, those are some reasons for why mitochondrial dysfunction might be happening. And there are additional reasons for this too. There could be imbalances with your hormones. There could be a gut imbalance that's then leading to the mitochondria not working like they should be. And despite you doing everything right, you will never feel full energy or feel like your symptoms are getting better if those root causes for the mitochondrial dysfunction are not addressed. A lot of women may think that some of the symptoms that are related to mitochondrial dysfunction are just because of aging. So we think that feeling brain fog, which is one symptom of mitochondrial dysfunction, or feeling a soreness in our muscles or in our joints is a sign of aging, but that could also be a sign of mitochondrial dysfunction. A lack of stamina, feeling fatigued, even after you slept all night. So, all of these are symptoms of mitochondrial dysfunction and not just regular aging. So, now you might be wondering, okay, it sounds like I have some of these symptoms. I may have mitochondrial dysfunction. How do I know if this is what's causing my symptom? So, there are tests that we can order in functional medicine that look at how your mitochondria are functioning. And one of the best tests for this is actually something called an organic acid test. And in the organic acid test, we would be able to look at certain metabolites that point us in the direction of knowing whether your mitochondria are functioning like they should or they are not. Another great test for mitochondrial dysfunction is micronutrient testing. In micronutrient testing, we would be able to see exactly how many very specific nutrients are in your body. And if some of those nutrients are low, that could also point towards mitochondrial dysfunction, because then that means that the mitochondria are not getting the nutrients that they need to continue creating the energy that your body needs. So, those are some of the most important tests for mitochondrial dysfunction. Okay, so we've talked about symptoms of mitochondrial dysfunction. We've talked about how to diagnose mitochondrial dysfunction or how we can use testing to figure out if that is something that is occurring in your body. Next, let's talk about what the treatments could be. So, some of the supplements that could be used to treat mitochondrial dysfunction are things such as CoQ10. So, CoQ10 is actually a cofactor in the production of energy in our body. And it's especially important for cells in muscles, such as the muscles in our arms, our legs, but also our heart, because our heart is a muscle. So, if you are low in this particular nutrient, this could lead to mitochondrial dysfunction and then can lead to the symptoms that I described, but also it could lead to things such as muscle soreness and weakness. Another really important nutrient for mitochondrial dysfunction is magnesium. And replacing magnesium with something like magnesium malate could be very helpful if you're found to be low in magnesium. One of the other supplements that is great for mitochondrial dysfunction is N-acetylcysteine. And N-acetylcysteine is an antioxidant. So it helps to lower the oxidation and the stress that happens in the mitochondria and bring that back into balance so that your mitochondria can function like they should. And last but not least is a supplement called PQQ. So PQQ is actually lesser known, but it's been shown to actually help regrow and regenerate mitochondria. Now, anytime you're starting a new supplement regimen, you should always work with a healthcare professional because some of these supplements interact with current medications that you're on, and you have to be on the right kind and the right dose of these supplements. I would never recommend kind of starting these on your own or without the help of a healthcare professional. Next, I'll talk about some ways that are not supplements that can be used to also improve your mitochondrial function. Number one is intermittent fasting. And the reason intermittent fasting is so amazing is it gives your cells and the mitochondria a break from producing energy and it helps the mitochondria heal. So, intermittent fasting is a great option. Another great option is stress reduction because we know that stress can actually impair how your mitochondria function. So, if you're not taking the time to relax, to calm down, maybe doing some stretching exercises or some mindfulness or meditation, then your mitochondria are just not getting that break from all the stress that your body is experiencing. And the last type of method that I wanted to mention that could be good for your mitochondria is actually cold exposure. So, turning the shower on and making it cold for the last 30 seconds to a minute could be great. Cold plunging, putting your face in some cold water can also help. Next, I wanted to talk about a case study of a patient who came in to see me. She was having symptoms very similar to the ones that I described at the beginning of this video. She was fatigued, but was eating great, was exercising, was sleeping great, but just felt incredibly fatigued throughout the day. So I was able to do testing on her and find that she is specifically deficient in CoQ10 and in magnesium. There was also some other nutrients that she was low in. Once we replaced all of those nutrients in the correct way and the correct dosages, she felt much better. Her fatigue got better. She was having some muscle aches and pains too. All of those got better. So we were able to completely reverse her symptoms by first understanding what those nutrient deficiencies were and then treating them. If you're feeling fatigued or feeling like you're doing the right things, eating healthy, exercising, but you still don't have the energy that you need, reach out to us for a free consultation so we could tell you a little bit more about our program and how we can find the root cause of what's driving your symptoms. Have a great day.